Have you ever felt lost or overwhelmed by life's problems? What if the key to true happiness and success is right inside your mind? We're going to discover the mindset that Allah loves the most, a way of thinking that brings peace, strength, and closeness to Him. This mindset will help you face any challenge with calm and hope. Stay tuned to learn how you can develop this powerful mindset and change your life forever. When we talk about mindset, we mean the way we think and feel about ourselves, the world, and the challenges we face. It is the filter through which we see everything around us. Your mindset shapes your decisions, your actions, and even how you react to difficult situations. It is not just about thoughts, but about the attitude that lives in your heart. In Islam, this is a very important idea because Allah wants us to have a strong, positive, and sincere mindset that brings us closer to Him. Our mindset affects every part of our life, from how we worship Allah, to how we treat people around us, to how we handle problems. If the mind is weak or filled with negativity, it can make life difficult and stop us from achieving peace and success. But if our mindset is built on faith, hope, and trust in Allah, it becomes a powerful tool to live a life full of meaning and satisfaction. A strong mindset is like the foundation of a house. If the foundation is shaky, the house cannot stand firm. Similarly, if your mindset is weak or negative, your faith and actions will struggle to stay strong. Islam calls us to build a mindset full of trust, humility, gratitude, patience, and sincerity. These qualities help us face the ups and downs of life with courage and peace. One important part of mindset in Islam is awareness of Allah's presence. When we truly believe that Allah is watching us, that He knows our struggles, and that He loves us, it changes how we think. Instead of feeling alone or hopeless, we begin to feel supported and hopeful. This awareness encourages us to keep trying, even when things are hard. Also, the mindset Islam loves most is one that sees life as a test. This means we don't expect everything to be easy or perfect. We understand that difficulties are part of the journey to become better people and earn Allah's pleasure. When we accept this, we stop being frustrated or sad about problems. Instead, we welcome challenges as chances to grow. Moreover, having the right mindset means seeing others with kindness and empathy. Islam teaches that we should have good thoughts about people and avoid judging or hating them without reason. A positive mindset helps us build strong relationships and live in peace with others. In summary, mindset in Islam is not just about thinking positive. It is a complete way of looking at life with faith in Allah's wisdom and mercy. It means being ready to change ourselves, to trust Allah's plan, to be patient with difficulties, and to keep moving forward with hope. When we develop this mindset, our hearts become calm and our actions become meaningful. We start to live a life that pleases Allah and benefits ourselves and those around us. Humility is one of the most beautiful qualities a person can have, and it is a mindset that Allah loves deeply. In simple words, humility means to be modest, gentle, and to have a true understanding of oneself without arrogance or pride. It is the opposite of thinking that we are better than others or that we deserve special treatment. The humble person knows their place in this vast universe and feels grateful for every blessing Allah has given them. This mindset does not mean thinking less of yourself. Instead, it means thinking of yourself less in a way that brings peace to your heart and kindness toward others. True humility, however, brings a person closer to Allah. It softens the heart and makes it easier to accept advice and corrections. When a person is humble, they do not feel threatened by the success or good qualities of others. Instead, they feel happy for them and even seek to learn from them. Humility also helps us forgive others because we realize that we all make mistakes and need mercy. The mindset of humility requires deep self-awareness. It means understanding that every good thing we have, our talents, wealth, health, or knowledge, is a gift from Allah. None of it belongs to us by our own power. This understanding makes us grateful and reduces the desire to boast. It also makes us patient when facing difficulties, knowing that Allah is testing us and that true worth comes from character, not possessions. Humility also changes the way we interact with others. Instead of trying to prove ourselves or compete to be the best, a humble person listens more than they speak. They respect others' opinions, even if different from their own. They serve without expecting praise and help quietly when no one is watching. This attitude creates peace around them and builds strong relationships based on love and respect. In daily life, developing humility means choosing to put others before yourself sometimes. It means saying, "I was wrong when you are wrong, and I need help when you need it." It means avoiding gossip or speaking badly about others, because humility recognizes that everyone is struggling in their own way. The humble heart is free from jealousy and bitterness. The beautiful thing about humility is that it brings inner peace. When we stop trying to prove ourselves and accept who we are with all our flaws, our hearts become calm. We stop feeling the need to compete or compare. Instead, we focus on improving ourselves quietly and sincerely for the sake of Allah. One more important point is that humility does not mean weakness. In fact, it takes great strength and courage to be humble in a world that often praises pride and self-promotion. Choosing humility is a sign of true confidence. Confidence that comes from knowing Allah loves the humble and will raise their ranks in this life and the next. When you develop the mindset of humility, your actions will reflect it naturally. You will pray more sincerely, treat others more kindly, and live with a deeper sense of purpose. Allah will love your heart because it has softened and opened to His guidance. Remember, humility is a journey, not a one-time achievement. It requires daily effort to keep the heart humble and free from pride. But the reward is great. A heart loved by Allah and a life filled with peace. Patience is a powerful mindset that Allah loves deeply, and it is a key to a peaceful and successful life. When we speak of patience in Islam, we are talking about much more than just waiting quietly. Patience is the strength to endure difficulties without losing hope or faith. It is the calmness of the heart in the face of trials, the trust that everything will eventually be good because Allah's plan is perfect. This mindset helps us face life's challenges with courage and peace instead of frustration and despair. Every person in this world faces hardships, whether big or small. Sometimes it feels like life is unfair and the problems never end. But Islam teaches us that difficulties are not a punishment. They are a test and an opportunity to grow closer to Allah. When we have patience, we are showing our trust in Him. We accept that we cannot control everything, but we believe that Allah controls all things with wisdom and mercy. Patience is not a passive feeling. It is an active choice to keep moving forward without complaining or losing faith. It means facing pain, sadness, loss, or injustice with a heart that trusts Allah's wisdom. This mindset helps us control our emotions instead of letting anger or sadness control us. It gives us the power to respond to problems with calmness and wisdom. Having patience also means accepting that some things take time. Sometimes we want quick results or immediate relief, but life's best outcomes often come slowly. When we learn to be patient, we stop rushing and start appreciating the process. This mindset teaches us that real success and true happiness are built step by step, with persistence and trust. Patience also helps us maintain good character. When we are patient, we avoid harsh words, anger, and bitterness. We become more forgiving and understanding toward others. We realize that everyone faces their own struggles, so we treat them with kindness. This mindset builds stronger relationships and creates harmony in our communities. In daily life, patience means controlling our reactions. When someone hurts us, instead of responding with anger, we pause and choose to forgive. When things don't go our way, instead of complaining, we remind ourselves that Allah's plan is better. When we are tired or stressed, instead of losing hope, we turn to prayer and ask Allah for strength. The mindset of patience also includes patience with ourselves. We all make mistakes and sometimes fail. Being patient with our own journey means we don't give up on self-improvement. We keep trying, learning, and asking Allah for help without losing confidence. Ultimately, patience is a gift from Allah. It is a sign of strong faith and trust in His wisdom. When we work to develop this mindset, we invite peace into our hearts and blessings into our lives. Patience strengthens our relationship with Allah because it shows that we rely on Him alone. Trusting Allah is one of the most powerful and uplifting mindsets a believer can have. It means putting your full confidence in Allah's plan while doing everything you can to achieve your goals. It is the beautiful balance between effort and surrender. When you develop the mindset of trust in Allah, your heart feels calm, your worries lessen, and your life becomes filled with hope, no matter how uncertain the future seems. Many people live their lives overwhelmed by fear of the unknown. They worry about what will happen tomorrow, what others think of them, or how problems will solve themselves. But Islam teaches us that this constant worry is a sign of weak faith. True peace comes from knowing that Allah, the Creator of the heavens and the earth, is in control of every detail of our lives. He is the most wise, the most merciful, and He knows what is best for us, even when we do not. The mindset of trust in Allah requires us to understand that while we must work hard and make plans, the results are ultimately in Allah's hands. This means putting in your best effort, without becoming anxious about the outcome. It means knowing that sometimes things may not go as you expect, but that is because Allah's plan is better than your own. Having this mindset frees us from stress and fear, because we stop trying to control everything and start depending on Allah's wisdom. Developing the mindset of trust in Allah transforms how we see life. Instead of being overwhelmed by problems, we see them as temporary and under Allah's control. Instead of losing hope after failure, we remind ourselves that Allah's mercy is vast and that every new day is a chance for success. This mindset removes despair and replaces it with patience and confidence. When we trust Allah, we also accept that some things are beyond our understanding. We may not know why certain hardships come, why some prayers seem unanswered, or why life doesn't always follow our wishes. But trusting Allah means believing that there is wisdom behind everything, even if we cannot see it right now. This acceptance brings peace to the heart because we stop fighting against life's realities. Trusting Allah also strengthens our relationship with Him. It shows that we believe He loves us and wants what is best for us. When we trust Allah, we open our hearts to His guidance and mercy. We become more patient with life's tests and more thankful in times of ease. Another benefit of this mindset is that it reduces fear. When you truly trust Allah, you no longer fear failure, loss, or the unknown future. You know that Allah is your protector and provider, and that He is always with you. This gives you courage to face challenges boldly and a calmness that comes from knowing you are not alone. Moreover, trust in Allah teaches us humility. It reminds us that no matter how much we plan or how skilled we are, ultimately success comes only by Allah's will. This humility prevents arrogance and makes us grateful for every blessing. To develop this mindset, begin by reflecting on Allah's past favors in your life. Remember the times He helped you when you least expected it, the times doors opened after you felt hopeless, and the moments of peace during hardship. These memories build faith and trust. Gratitude is a powerful mindset that changes the way we see the world and ourselves. It is more than just saying thank you when something good happens. It is a deep feeling of appreciation for everything Allah has given us, the big blessings and the small ones. When we develop the mindset of gratitude, our hearts become lighter, our worries decrease, and our connection to Allah grows stronger. Gratitude helps us focus on what we have instead of what we lack, and this simple shift can bring endless happiness and peace. In life, it's easy to get caught up in complaining or feeling unhappy because of challenges or desires we have not fulfilled. But Islam teaches us that the secret to true contentment is recognizing Allah's countless favors. Every breath we take, every moment of health, every food we eat, and every loved one we have are gifts from Allah that deserve our thanks. When we appreciate these blessings, no matter how small, we show Allah that we recognize His kindness, and this draws His mercy closer to us. The mindset of gratitude shapes the way we think about challenges as well. Instead of only seeing hardship, a grateful heart tries to find lessons and blessings hidden inside difficulties. Sometimes a loss may teach patience, a failure may teach humility, or a tough moment may bring us closer to Allah. Gratitude helps us find hope and strength even in hard times, because it reminds us that Allah's mercy surrounds us. Having gratitude also changes how we treat others. When we realize how much Allah has given us, we become more generous and caring. We want to share our blessings, help those in need, and be kind. This mindset reduces selfishness and builds stronger bonds between people. A grateful person appreciates others and does not take them for granted. Gratitude also helps us avoid jealousy and envy. When we focus on what we have, we stop comparing ourselves to others. We stop feeling unhappy because of what others possess. This mindset brings peace and contentment because the heart is busy appreciating its own blessings, not wishing for someone else's. The mindset of gratitude also calls us to act with thankfulness. This means using the blessings Allah has given us in ways that please Him. For example, using health to worship and help others, using wealth to support the needy, or using knowledge to benefit ourselves and our community. When our gratitude leads to good actions, it becomes a source of ongoing blessings. Remember, gratitude is a choice. Every day we can choose to see the world through thankful eyes or through complaining and frustration. Choosing gratitude opens the door to happiness and Allah's favor. Forgiveness is a mindset that brings peace to the heart and lightness to the soul. It is one of the qualities Allah loves most in His servants. When we forgive, we free ourselves from the heavy burden of anger, hurt, and resentment. Holding on to grudges only harms our hearts and blocks the mercy and blessings that Allah wants to send to us. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting or accepting harm. It means choosing to let go of bitterness and choosing mercy instead. The mindset of forgiveness helps us understand that everyone makes mistakes. No one is perfect, and we all need mercy from Allah. When we forgive others, we remember our own faults and ask Allah to forgive us for our mistakes. This attitude creates humility in the heart and softens it, making it easier to forgive again and again. Forgiveness also protects our mental and emotional health. When we hold on to anger, it poisons our thoughts and makes us unhappy. It keeps us stuck in the past and prevents us from moving forward. But when we forgive, we release ourselves from this prison, our hearts become lighter, and we find peace inside. This peace is a gift from Allah to those who forgive sincerely. The mindset of forgiveness does not mean that we must ignore injustice or allow others to harm us repeatedly. Islam encourages justice and standing up against wrong, but it also teaches us to choose forgiveness when possible because it benefits our hearts and souls. Forgiving someone does not mean we forget the lesson. It means we stop allowing anger to control us. Forgiveness also has the power to heal broken relationships. When we forgive, we open the door to reconciliation and peace. Many conflicts and divisions are caused by stubbornness and unwillingness to forgive. By choosing to forgive, we become peacemakers and spread goodness in our communities. Developing this mindset requires patience and effort. Sometimes the hurt is deep and forgiveness feels very hard. But Allah helps those who sincerely ask for His assistance. Making prayer to soften our hearts and grant us the ability to forgive is very powerful. It reminds us that forgiveness is a gift from Allah, and He will guide us to it if we seek it. Another important part of forgiveness is to pray for those who hurt us. In daily life, forgiveness can be practiced in small ways, letting go of minor annoyances, overlooking mistakes, and speaking kindly even when someone has hurt us. These small acts prepare our hearts for larger forgiveness when big challenges come. Ultimately, the mindset of forgiveness is a mindset of mercy, love, and trust in Allah's justice. It is a choice to free ourselves from the chains of anger and to embrace peace and hope. When we forgive, we invite Allah's mercy into our lives and open the path to happiness and spiritual growth. Seeking knowledge is a mindset deeply valued and encouraged in Islam. It is more than just going to school or reading books. It is a lifelong attitude of curiosity, humility, and dedication to learning what is beneficial for both this life and the hereafter. When we develop the mindset of seeking knowledge, our hearts open to understanding, our minds grow stronger, and our faith becomes clearer. This mindset leads us closer to Allah because knowledge helps us worship Him better and live according to His guidance. The importance of seeking knowledge is mentioned many times in the Quran and Hadith. Allah praises those who learn and reminds us that knowledge is the key to understanding His signs and the wisdom behind creation. It is not only religious knowledge that matters, but also knowledge that improves our character, our communities, and the world around us. The mindset of seeking knowledge starts with recognizing that learning is a blessing and a responsibility. We are blessed with minds that can think, reflect, and understand. Using these gifts to learn about our religion and the world is an act of worship in itself. It shows our respect for the gifts Allah has given us and our desire to use them well. A person with this mindset is never satisfied with ignorance or shallow understanding. They are curious, ask questions, and look for truth patiently and sincerely. They do not reject knowledge just because it challenges their comfort or ideas. Instead, they welcome new information and are willing to change their views if evidence and wisdom point to it. Seeking knowledge also requires patience and dedication. It is not always easy to find the right sources, to understand difficult topics, or to stay motivated. But the believer knows that this effort is valuable and that Allah rewards those who strive in His way. This mindset also includes applying what we learn in daily life. Knowledge is not meant to be kept in the mind only, but should change our hearts and actions. When we learn about kindness, patience, honesty, or prayer, we should practice these qualities to grow closer to Allah. Without action, knowledge loses much of its power. Another important aspect of this mindset is humility. The more we learn, the more we realize how little we know. This awareness protects us from arrogance and teaches us to respect others who may have different knowledge or experiences. It encourages sharing knowledge kindly and patiently without judging. Seeking knowledge also connects us to the past and the future. We learn from the wisdom of scholars and the stories of the prophets. we prepare ourselves to teach the next generation and contribute positively to our communities. This mindset is about continuous growth and striving to improve. In today's world, this mindset is more important than ever. With so much information available, it is easy to become confused or misled. The mindset of seeking knowledge guides us to look for truth carefully, to verify sources, and to avoid falsehood. It helps us stay strong in faith and wise in action. This mindset also teaches us to be thankful. Learning new things is a gift, and understanding the Quran and Sunnah is the greatest gift. When we seek knowledge, we honor the sacrifices of the prophets and scholars who came before us. We join a noble tradition of learning that brings light to the heart and guidance to the soul. Finally, the mindset of seeking knowledge builds confidence and purpose. It gives us tools to solve problems, make good decisions, and serve others better. It shapes our character and prepares us for the challenges of life. When our knowledge is grounded in faith, it becomes a source of peace and strength. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, developing the mindset that Allah loves is a journey that brings endless peace and success. Keep working on it every day and trust that Allah is with you every step of the way.